Hello guys! BES Association is the student association of business economics in Universitas Prasetya Mulia and was first established in 2017, intending to support the development of student soft skills, especially in analyzing economic conditions which can impact businesses. Several programs have been conducted for the past 3 years. In 2018, Universitas Prasetya Mulia, together with Bachelor in Business Economics, held BES Challenge, a competition for senior high school students, discussing the topic of peer-to-peer lending, the next generation funding. The purpose of the competition is to improve students' analytical skills towards business and economics. And as a continuation of BES Challenge, BES Association has planned to conduct a competition for university students named Road to Cube 2021. It is a pre-event to introduce one of BES Association's biggest projects, Cube 2021. The competition aims to increase the awareness of Bachelor in Business Economics alongside BES Association, but most importantly is to encourage potential students in analyzing businesses with recent economic situations. Another event held by BES Association is Friday, which was held both in 2018 and 2019 by presenting mini talk shows, game sessions, and gatherings for high school students who have an interest in economics. The goal of this event is to expand their knowledge about economics. The third event is the Business Economics Conference, or BEC in short. BEC is an annual event by BES Association, held in collaboration with CSIS Indonesia, which helps to arrange the event for second semester business economics students to present their mini research regarding several topics that were brought up during the conference. The BEC is also used as a platform for final year business economics students to present their findings to the public as their thesis result in the conference. Apart from that, some of BES Association's new projects in 2020 are Podconomics and BES Talks. Podconomics is a podcast created to share knowledge and economic theories, while BES Talks is where committees discuss organizational works, experience, and many more. Both can be accessed on our social media, such as Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. Besides podcasts, BES Association has successfully produced research by the R&D team in the form of videos known as Nugget Economics. Next is BES Bonding Program. BES Association not only provides a platform for students to improve economic knowledge, but here we also have the opportunity to know each of business economics students in the bonding program. The bonding program has a lot of activities open for business economics students to build relationships with all batches. To further increase the existence of our organization, we have come up with more projects up ahead, such as the Business Economics Internal Competition or BIC, Student Awards for all business economics students, comparative study, and also Best Newsletter. So, that's all about Best Association. Don't forget to follow our social media so you don't miss any information about our upcoming programs. See you!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fourth webinar of CUBE 2021 on this wonderful Thursday afternoon. My name is Dafa, and I will be your MC and moderator for today's event. So, before we start, I would like to first of all give a huge thank you for all of you who are present right here, right now, to all of our audiences, our participants, and all of the speakers that are here today. We hope you all enjoy today's webinar. In addition, I would also like to thank our generous media partners, those of which who made this entire event possible. So many thanks to Montauk Event, The Voice Radio, and Students ex-CEO Bandung. So for those of you who have just joined us for the first time today, I'll give you a quick introduction to what CUBE exactly is, just to get you all up to speed. So in essence, CUBE, which stands for Competition for University in Business and Economics, is a business and economics analysis competition that takes place under BEST Association, the Student Association of Business Economics of Universitas Prasetya Mulia, open for all Indonesian undergraduate students. Anyways, it feels great to be back here as the MC for CUBE, and I'm really excited for all of the different insights that we will be getting today and actually moderating the event today. And hey, speaking of which, the topic for today's webinar will still revolve around beauty brands and sustainability, of course. More specifically, all about the relevance of environmental sustainability as a branding tool. But before we get into any of that, let's have a quick recap of our previous webinar through this quick video. Okay, thank you very much. And now that we've all caught up to what we have really talked about so far within the previous webinars, let's just dive right into today's main event. So, before I introduce the speakers for today, I would like to first of all remind you that, well, as usual, there will be a giveaway today. And hey, how can you participate? It's quite simple, really. All that we ask for you to do is be active within this webinar, particularly the Q&A session that you will be holding right at the end. So ask all the questions you please right in the chat box on your right or right below. And using the format that should pop up on the screen soon enough. And the most interesting questions that are, of course, related to the topics will be chosen by the committee and therefore will be displayed on the screen to be answered. Winners here will be randomly chosen from those whose questions are picked and answered today. So, well, best of luck, everyone. We can see right over here, the format is quite simple. First of all, just put your name, put your Instagram username that if you win the award, you will message with. And lastly, your question exactly. And again, winners will be randomized by those whose questions are answered. Best of luck. So, anyways, let's just jump right into today's event, shall we? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to first of all introduce today's prestigious speakers. So, starting with someone coming from a massive, massive brand that I'm certain everyone here knows of, we have, first of all, Miss Cynthia Delvey, founder of office of Something. Then, next up, we will also have someone who surely is no stranger to me and to pretty much everyone else of many years in Prastia Mulia, one of our utmost respected faculty members here, none other than Ms. Isti Satyawati. Hey, please welcome them on stage, everyone. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. How are you all?
Not good, good. How about you,
Yeah,
Dafa?
we're good.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. So it's really great to meet you all. Buisti, we've already known from university, and really great to meet you, Kat Cynthia. And thank you very, very much for joining today's event, and it really means a lot for us for being able to really have you guys share all of the information that you guys would like to talk about today.
Thank you. Thank
So
you so much.
Absolutely.
yes, so okay, would you like to first of all maybe introduce yourself, Kat Cynthia?
All right. Thank you so much, Dafa, for the very warm introduction. And hi to everyone. It's my pleasure to be here with you guys, to be with the amazing Bu Isti and with the amazing team from Prasetya Mulia. It's really my honor to be able to represent something here. And I hope that this webinar can give you guys more insight into how the branding of the cosmetic worlds, especially skincare, can help with the sustainability of it. Before then, I would like to introduce a bit about myself. My name is Cynthia Delphi. I am from Founders Office team of Something, and I have been working in the beauty industry about 3 years now. And I'm really excited to hear more from you guys. Thank you.
All right, sweet. Thank you very much for the great introduction. And now, would Buisti like to introduce yourself?
Hello. Good afternoon. Thank you, Dafa, for the introduction. And are you in a good condition? Are you healthy now, all of you? Kak Cynthia and
Yes,
Dafa? Are
thankfully
you
I'm
guys
in.
okay?
Yeah, thankfully,
Yes,
still healthy and great. Hopefully, the audience
Uh,
here is that way as well.
yeah, that's the
yes, I
most
really
important thing.
hope that within the current situation, everyone is staying home and safe too. Yes.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank you to Cube and to Best Association to inviting me to this event, uh, and then put me in one stage with the founder of something. I want to say that it's an honor for me. Yes, Cynthia, can you look at this? Hello,
Hello.
hello,
Hello.
Oh, it seems like your camera is
hello.
lagging a bit, Miss. Unfortunately, we can't see you right now.
Hello,
Oh,
Cynthia.
there you
Good.
go. There you
Yeah.
go.
I'm a
It's fine.
user.
Yeah.
I'm a user.
Oh,
I'm a happy user.
oh, we have the
And
same
I'm,
thing.
see,
Maybe we should send Dafa one as well, so he can have the
Yes,
same
yes, yes,
poster.
absolutely.
and I'm
Please do.
I'm in the same stage with the founder of the product. I'm happily using it right now, still using it. I'm very happy to it. And then I know that this product, something, is has a very powerful message with along with the brands and their activities. Later on, we will elaborate it. Okay, it's been an honor for me. Looking forward for the next almost 2 hours to chat with Cynthia and Nafa. Okay.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Actually, maybe I'm not the founder, but in the founders office team, hopefully, it can clear some things up. The amazing founders is Bu Iran, and I hope she's in the audience as well.
All right. That's great. I'm also
Yay.
very, very excited to be talking to you guys about all that we're going to be talking about today, really, because, well, we actually have a lot that we are planning to talk about, right? And hey, speaking of which, since we've already been talking about something from people who actually really use the brand, why don't we start by taking a look at different perspectives from something? Why don't we start by really talking in general terms for those, because maybe not everyone here is fully aware. Let's talk about what is sustainable marketing really to begin with.
All right. Awesome. Bu Isti, you might want to go with that first.
Okay, so sustainable marketing. Basically, first you need to how do you say it? You need to separate between branding, selling, and marketing. So if we talk about branding, it's beyond what the people see. It's not just about the logo. It's just not about the name, but how you bring the values to the customer. And then when you already have your how do you say it, differences, you know the value proposition, and then you want to reach out your market. Those activity to reach out your market, we call it as a marketing. And then the sustainability marketing is the acts that a brands use to deliver the value to the customer using I don't know how we call it, about act or campaign or the content that they use is related to the sustainability issues, whether it's society or the environment. So based on the theory that's how we do it. And then one of the brands that using it constantly and very very committed to it is something from what I see. And then I don't know how something sees it from their perspective, but from my perspective of definition, they do it so well, and it's already fulfilled about the marketing sustainability activities for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally agree with what Bu Isti just said. It was amazingly comprehensively message, and I think what from something's brand point of view is that I think I should tell you a bit about the story how we created something to give a little bit of the background. Something is one of the hopefully number one skincare local brand in Indonesia, and we are created in we're still pretty young. We're still the new kid on the block. We were just born at 2019, and it started because our founders see the need for the high quality and halal certification skincare and makeup, because most of the audience here in Indonesia, they are looking for a very high quality one. We are probably tired looking at skincare who have mercury, who have this very dangerous ingredients that is very widely available in the market even until today. And we see that most of the not only ladies but the gentlemen as well are looking for a solution to how do I have a clear skin, how do I look like those amazing BTS members or the Blackpink's members, and how do I achieve that glass skin. And seeing that need here, we're looking for a way to deliver a high quality skincare, because we feel like there is always something for us. There is something for you, something for me, something for Dafa, and something for all of the amazing audiences here. I see there's Livia, there's Salia, there's Defa, there's Dewey, there's RR. There's always something for each and one of us. and we try to deliver such high quality items. And through that journey, throughout those 2 years, we understand that this is not just a business. This is a way of life, and this way of life is not only complete if we only do it obviously for the for the business side. So I think for us, what the sustainable marketing is, we wouldn't want to see it as a marketing tool, but we want to see it as a part of our soul. Like how a person can be a dynamic person, it can likes A, it can likes B, but it can also be a C person. And that's how something as well we would like to give, the gentle jelly cleanser that Buisti uses up to this day, which is I'm very very honored about. And we still want to also serve the audiences and serve the general market even more. That's why I think it's part of us instead of just a general tool.
Ah, I see. As Thank you for that excellent insight. So what I'm really receiving from that is something that I find personally really interesting is sustainable marketing isn't solely about the marketing of the product itself, not just for the health of the product, but also for the health of us, the users ourselves too, right? So I believe that's something that is very important and something to take note of, really, because sustainable marketing shouldn't really be taken a look as solely something that is a tool, like you said, right?
Yeah,
It should be something that we should essentially put for the entire brand itself. Is
exactly.
that
And I
something
think
that,
and I think a
yes.
lot of brands nowadays as well, not only local but international, are really starting to realize that it's the click of a hand, whether you want to care or not. The audiences will surely care. They will look at your direction, and the movement of the awakeness, as we shall see it, right, of the regarding the sustainable environmental issues are very, very mass right now.
Yes, it seems like it's a very trendy topic, isn't it? Like being the most sustainable brand possible, having all of these different sustainable tools. Maybe even if it's simply something for marketing, it's just something that is such a huge boom nowadays. And that is why seeing the perspective from a brand such as something, which is such a big company when it comes to being sustainable, is very valuable,
Thank
right?
you, thank you.
Yes. So, yeah. So, really moving on from sustainable marketing, we should take a look at how you guys market it itself, right? We've talked about the values of sustainable marketing, but how is it actually used in order to promote these eco-friendly products that something has?
All right. When we see something as sustainable, I would like to think of it not only being in the product itself, but it's also the way how we resource the product, how we produce the product, how we distribute the product, and how the entire process can correlate into the living and existing society of human beings. And I think a few of the ways that we tried our best, obviously, not all brands are perfect, and we would like to say that we're not exactly the 100 as well, but we're trying to get there. And one of the things that we try to do is, firstly, in getting the ingredients of the skincare that we have in hand, we try to use eco-cert ingredients. So EcoCert is a body that is created in France in 1991, where they can give eco certificate to certain cosmetic ingredients that are derived from environmentally good, and then like things that are naturally good for the environment, and then also processed through environmentally friendly process. And we make sure that we use most of those ingredients in our skincare, which can be seen in our, I think, most popular serum, the niacinamide one, the white one. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me today. And also within the moisturizer, it has used ceramic from the algae, from the sea. We try to source it environmentally, and we try to give the best ingredients for you guys, because we know when we talk about skincare, there are 1 million products on the market. There might be 10 million, 100 million, but one that suits you and one that can benefit you is a specialized journey. It's a personal journey. It's a personal one for Dafa. It's a personal one for Buisti. Every one of it has their own unique touch points, and we hope that these ingredients can help out. As well with those eco-cert ingredients, we also do few of the activities that can help each other. Like when COVID started around 2020 last year, we did a 500 million rupiah donation to the BNPB, where it was using to first bought, crates of masks and oxygen to help the nakes, as we call it. And then as a few campaigns that we're doing as well, because we know, skincare, it's not far from packaging, right? When it runs out, what do you do with the packaging? I think it has been a lot of big questions as well within the user, because this kind of packaging, we try to make it with glass so it's recyclable. And for all of the plastic packaging, we use PET, so we make sure that both packaging is able to recyclable and not just waste it to the dumps, and then nobody can do anything about that. It goes to the ocean, it damages the ocean and everything, and it was just happening on our hearts. That's why we want to make sure that for the packaging, we also work together with Waste for Change, where we have collected over 100 kilograms of empty packaging for it to be recyclable with the Waste for Change teams. And also with that, we also work with Lindungi Hutan, where we make sure we have monthly allocation to help grow tree everywhere. And now we have reached up to 50,000 trees, and it's only made possible by each one of you guys here. And we couldn't have made it through the process without you guys. So it's a thanking period for me to you guys actually today. I would like to say those are the few things, including every month we tend to give out some donation as well to Sekolah Lentera Kasih, where we give tuition fees to 100 children, 100 very cute and smart and nice children that is going through kindergarten and primary school. We would like to help them pursue higher education as well. And then we work with Yayasan Bakti Luhur, where we have a monthly donation to support their month-to-month run. So we tried our best, and we would love to always listen to what you guys have in mind. We would usually receive this frequent DM on our Instagram. They're gonna say like, ayo min something, bantuin ini dong, ayo min something, bikin ini yuk, gitu. And it's just an excitement for us because we get to do it with you guys, what we call something squad. And we can do it with something squad, and it's really an honor for us.
That's great. Yeah, you're very much right. It is very, very heartwarming to hear things such as the campaigns that you go through in order to really not only support your company, but also the greater good of the environment, and also to really connect with those who actually use your product. I feel like that's something that is still quite rare, and that is something that I personally very much respect. And what's your perspective, Luis, too?
Yeah, from what Mbak Cynthia already said, that they prove that they deliver the message of the brand to the society. I'm not talking about the customer. They take it beyond. They take it to the society, because in donut economic we have two, right? Boundaries, as we call it, the social foundation and then the ecological ceiling. And then something goes beyond with more than what they just said. Cynthia is only talking about product and their activities. But if you take a look closer to their Instagram account, they take it beyond. They taking pictures. I mean, the background is always trees, water, something greens. Like the consistency is there. They always consistently put the ecological ceiling value on whatever they do, until I saw one post the other day that you support local brand, right? When you saw like Solmai or something, that's social foundation. And yeah, see, so that's what we meant by creating some how do you say it? Sustainability marketing can lead it to your to your brand entity and equity. Because if we take a look, the theory of primal branding, there are seven, right? And and what just Cynthia said, that something did it all, that you have to create story. Okay, and then they have discrete, how they can be different from the other brands, and then how can they be the same as well at the same time. And then they make this ritual, that what Cynthia said, that they give to the unfortunate people, and then to the planets and everything, and they have their own languages, and they have their, how do you say it? The internal in insight, or internal, when you call your customer something squad.
Yeah.
So, and then the people will get engaged with you. So you have to do it, the seven of them, in the primal branding, which this econ learned it in the second semester, is in consistent manner. So when, if you talk about donut economics, if you talk that I support the social foundation and then ecological ceiling, you cannot just like make it a slogan. You have to walk the talk. You have to do it consistently, not only from your activities, but also from the perspective that we not even notice. For example, in most of the pictures, they use trees, water, and some social background. I mean, probably don't notice it, but if in communication area, if you put it over and over and over again, and suddenly people will get it, and it will stay in the head of the people, and then they will get it. Okay, something is, okay, this is something, this is the other brand. So that's how your consistent activity in promoting your product, not only by make it a slogan, but doing it consistently, not only for the product, but also from all the perspective, can make your product and brand goes beyond. That's from the perspective of the branding, primal branding. That's all.
Wow. Totally agree.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like, yeah, both of your perspectives really match each other, because what something said about what they do, Boise actually says about that, they actually do it. For example, consistency is key. I feel like that's one very big point, right? Because maybe a lot of brands, they only do it as sort of like maybe possibly like some sort of like a CSR move. But in this case, in something's case, it's just it's much broader than that. Everything that they really stand for has all of this sort of put together legitimately. And I feel like that's something that we all should respect, and something that we all should really put into action when it comes to building sustainable marketing and branding.
Yeah.
Yeah, because CSR is just part of the activities, right, Cynthia? The
Exactly.
CSR is just part of activity, but then
One time
people will
thing.
know. Yes.
Yes.
So when your product or your brand only do it for the CSR, people will know it eventually. But then if you do it
Exactly.
consistently and linkage to each other, people will know, okay, something, I mean, like, not something is this what people that inside the something company is the bunch of people that stick to their point, that promoting about the donut economics itself, and goes to the theory. In business economics, we learn that theories can be applied as well. We learn the theories
Exactly.
and then we applied it. Yeah. What do you think,
Exactly.
Mbak Cynthia? Yeah, okay.
Exactly. If we talk about theories, most of it are good, especially when it's used to, plan ahead. And I think what Bu Isti has pointed out in her insight just now is that about consistency, which I totally agree from my head to heart. I think consistency is something that is very hard. May it be as a student, may it be as a worker, may it be as a style like me and a brand, may it be representing as a brand. Consistency is something that it takes time. It's not a work of one time and then great, boom, you're saving the world, you're Avengers, you just save from the danger ahead. But it's something that you do every single day. It's the little steps that bring you forward. I think I saw somewhere where I don't know whether it's Einstein who said it or whoever it is. I think I forgot, but it's one step every day that gets you into 1,800 days, which I think is totally correct. I think it resonates a lot for us as a brand because within brands and the industry, you have a lot of industry right now in Indonesia. I think within this second alone, we can name at least 10 brands. We can say what's trending these days. VLP, we can say Rose All Day, we can say White Lab, we can say L'Oreal, we can say a lot of other brands. And the competition here, not only for the marketing, but also for the genuinity of the audience, is really tough right now unless we do it consistently, and we need to make sure that it really translates to the audience. So I think knowing what the audience wants best and what's going to be beneficial for the audience and being audience centric is also what is very critical at this point, which is for us, we're trying to do the best for the audience is good. And as well, I think one of the things that we did to help that, if you know PR packages, sometimes we work with KOLs and sometimes we work with artists, and we would like to send them items. And then within the PR packages, we often use what is the thing that you can collect a bubble wrap, right? Oftentimes you use bubble wrap, but then we tried to find a more greener solution, and we found this company where it sells this kind of like cartons that is pretty hard and you can use it to wrap. So it's a little things like that we try to do it consistently, which is very in line with what Buisti has learned throughout the years as well.
All right, thank you very much for the excellent perspectives. And this still sort of relates to what we were talking about previously. Since we've already talked a lot about the sustainable marketing itself, there is something that was mentioned that is rather interesting about, if I were to recall the EcoCert, the ones from France, and for example, obtaining the material. Now, that is something that I would like to also ask too, both from an economical perspective and also from something's perspective. For example, when you try and obtain these materials in the long run, is it more expensive? Is it sustainable within like a company's balance sheet per se? Is it something that is more expensive rather than something that is not sustainable?
That's a very interesting question. I think if we would like to talk about those eco-cert ingredients, because the ingredients have to be derived from renewable resources and manufactured through an environmentally friendly processes. I think the question is not whether it's more budget friendly or not. I think because as a brand, you always have a lot of things to spend on budget. Marketing, and then stockage and production, a lot of things. I think most of the people here can name it through their lessons at Prasmo, which is, I suppose, it's very amazing. And I think it's a matter of whether it's in our heart or not to do that. Because within ingredients, this might get a little bit of technical, but within ingredients itself, there's a lot of different level of ingredients. You can say vitamin C, but why? How come a vitamin C can only cost 5,000, meanwhile another vitamin C can cost 5 juta? And that exists. Doesn't mean it's a bad vitamin C, but it can only means it's a different type of vitamin C. And the way we look at it is that if we want the product to really work, we need to deliver with really good ingredients. So I think it's a must-have for us. It's not an option, because when we're working with skincare, the stakes are our face, my face, your face, everyone's face here. And because I couldn't find a single human here that would like their face to be ruined for some strange reason, right? We would love to have those glow inside of us, and in order to do that, I think a very good ingredient is a must-have.
All right. Thank you for the perspective. So from what I've really taken, it is not a choice, right? It is something that you actually have to enforce within a company. And that's really interesting. If it's not like an option, what does Boisti think?
Yeah, because in economics, maximizing profit and minimizing cost is always a trade-off.
Yes.
So first, if you want to minimizing cost, meaning you will get a low budget material, low budget resources. But then you gain profit from it because you push the cost so low and then you can sell it cheap, right? On the other hand, if you want to maximizing profit, meaning that you are calculating your cost, but it doesn't really matter if the difference only 1,000 or 2,000 rupiahs or even 5,000. But then you get the maximum result from it. As we can see in the beauty area, what's been the common example is mercury usage, right, Cynthia? Because mercury usage, it can lowering your cost like one fifth, even one tenth from the cost that the company not using mercury at all to make a maximum result on your skin. But at the end of the day, back again to the sustainability issues as a branding tool, it will have a longer consequences. So that's what we trading off in here. We're not trading off of the money, we're not trading off in anything, but we're trading off with the future. For example, we're using lots of detergent to make it easily to, I don't know, to make your face look brighter, more detergent. But then at the end of the day, in the near future, we don't have any more clean water. And then that's what we need to get, we need to emphasize that in nowadays beauty industry, more people more conscious, more have conscientious about that, they more aware about that. So then at the end of the day, you need to do to promote it, you need to make them again and again the information for them to understand. And at the end of the day, if we do it constantly with the branding of our brand, and we as well consistently using it not only for the product but for or all of our activity, it, and at the end of the day, there's no cheap thing or expensive thing. What we get is benefit or not, the level of the benefit itself. So that's the perspective of economics.
All right, thank you. So the way I see it, it really focuses more on quality instead of quantity, and I think that's what the beauty industry really needs to focus on. What does Cassie, do you think?
Totally agree, because when we're talking about the beauty industry, we're talking about how we as a brand can make you feel better about yourself, how we can help you achieve the best feeling of the day, because sometimes maybe you heard this a lot, but people will say that, yeah, I felt best of myself when I was putting makeup in the morning. I felt best of myself when I'm putting skincare in the morning, when I'm taking care of myself. May it be using sheet masks with your boyfriend or with your husband or with your girlfriend in somewhere, or just had a skincare session together. It's about the feeling and how we can help achieve that feeling for you. And we think quality is not something that we have it in ourselves to compromise. We think that it's a must, and I think there's a lot of brand these days that see it as well, like that. Because when you go to the marketplaces, even you go to the Mangga Dua, let's say, or Pasar Pagi, you go to those cosmetic stalls, and then you see a lot of products. It can be as low as 20,000, and sometimes it just got you thinking what might be inside here. And to think about the underbelly of the industry, there's a lot of just saddening things happening. I still see a lot of sellers selling those mercury induced items. I still see a lot of sellers selling these ingredients which contains a chalk and a lot of other bad things there, which obviously when you're looking for whitening products, you can have it in, say, a year or one day. Because skincare itself, it's a process. You cannot have just a differentiation between the 24 hours of you using it. So when you see skincare doing that, you might start want to look into the ingredients itself, because when you see that there's the unknown ingredients, or even well, thankfully we are BEPOM regulated country, so I think thanks to the government as well to help us ease up to the process, because it can help to make judgment within the audience to tell whether this product is safe or not. And to ensure the safety of it being, I think the education of the skincare is also getting more mass day by day, and it's something that people are getting to move upon. If the old in the old days they used to believe for this cheap skincare could work. Yes, it could work, but it could also give you cancer, and we wouldn't want that. So I think the mindset is generally moving above, and I'm really grateful for that, for the open-mindedness of the market as well.
Yeah, so I can see, I guess, from here that like the market is really moving in a better direction. It's moving forward, and the way I see it is, if something is too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. And I feel like that really applies within the skincare world, because when it comes to these very low priced ones, yes, maybe they may be effective, but the results might be too good for what you're paying, for the amount of time you're spending. And I feel like that's something that someone might see alternatively, right?
Yeah, sometimes I would just see a TikTok, scrolling to my FYPs, or just through the explore of my Instagram, someone say, "Ayo kulit pemutih sekarang, bisa kamu dapetin sekarang juga," gitu kan. And they show someone's hand, through it, just getting the whitening goodness in 3 seconds, and it's just disheartening for myself. If I check it out on Bepom, it's not even listed. It's very saddening to me, and I hope we can go for a better future on that part as well.
Yes, that's wonderful. And speaking of a greater future, I would also like to ask if you have or will face any sort of challenges in the long run when it comes to staying sustainable, when it comes to sustainable marketing. Are there any challenges that may be faced? And this question obviously goes for both Buisti and Kak Cynthia, because we want to also take a look from an economical perspective. Like, will there be any challenges that are inevitable, and any that has something has previously faced?
All right. I think I would love to hear what Buisti have to say. I think it will be very
Yes.
insightful.
Okay, challenges. Here's the thing. If we come, okay, we cannot avoid to see the fact that something is a bit expensive from the other local brand. Let's face it. But then remember, donut economic, we have two perspectives: social foundation and then ecological ceiling. Okay, knowing that they have given away some of the money to the unfortunate people, to some campaigns that they're going to do with the BNPB, right? Cynthia earlier, that's what we call as you can put it in the cost, but then in the long run, it will create something for the society because of this brand. Let's say it's something. So the challenges that might be faced by something is many other brand can create exactly the same ingredient just like them with the lower price. But it cannot guarantee that the brand use the same value as them to support the social foundation. So that's why I'm going to bring up what we call as a fair trade. Ask to the people that work for something, do they happy, do they fairly paid? If they fairly paid by something, then something also not only supporting ecological ceiling for the environment, but they also care or aware for the social foundation boundaries. So that's the thing. So the challenges that they might face, something might face, is some new brand use the same or similar, with the high similarity with you, with the lower price. So then what they have, the weapon or the thing that they have, is they have to be consistently showing that, okay, if you pay a lot of money for buy something, but it's not only merely for our profit, we give it away to the society. So this is what going to make a strong bond between the customer and something itself. So then if I ask, Wisty, do you want to move to other brand? Okay, it's cheaper, but then they're not consistently give something to the society, and I won't feel like I will be a hero, because in something, if I buy something product, I will feel like a hero because I give something gives some of my money to the society again. So that's the first one. And then the second one that they might face is in Indonesia, of course, IPR. What related with the patent, with the intellectual property right related with the brand, with the logo, and with the ingredient as well. So that's what they might face, because in Indonesia, if you want, just like what something did, they enter the market is quite easy with low budget capital, right, Mbak Cynthia? But at the same time, it's not only something that can start it. Many people can use it. But what something can use it for their weapon, or not weapon, okay, that's bad. What their benefit for the customer is that we started since 2019. Okay, you started in 2022. I'm in the stage 3, you only in the stage 1, meaning that something has to develop their R&D more, more innovation, because that those challenges, the IPR, and then the barrier to entry to the industry, and then at the same time is the cost of the product. That's what they might face in the future. What do you
Yeah.
think, Mbak Cynthia? Is it already there? The
I think
competitors, is it already there?
I think I totally agree with what Bu Isti just said. Interesting fun fact: the beauty and cosmetic industry is one of the lowest entry barrier within the market. Nowadays, if you're just a student or whoever it is, if you want to start a cosmetic and makeup company, it's actually easy. There are ways to do that. And how to tell if you're just bored, at home, you might want to have nothing to do, just go check Bepom, and then you'll see all of the new brands every single day. That's why I think what Bu Isti said is not a prediction. It's something, it's a reality that we face nowadays, like right now. Not even tomorrow, but right now. Because within a business, competitors is always something that we have to deal with. It's a reality of the business. And within the business process itself, I think I would like to point out one of the things that Bu Isti said, which is very true. The fact that a business have to be responsible 360. It has to be able to serve the audience, it has to be able to serve the environment, and it has also to be able to serve the people who's working there, who are serving the people. And I think what Bu Isti pointed out is totally correct, where a responsible company, a responsible brand will be able to do all of that. And I think it's always have been a challenges that we're trying to overcome, because as the growth of every day, every single time, there's always something new happening. There's always a new brand here. There's always a brand that makes the same products with us. There's always sometimes we'll just see ads with very similar branding. We're shocked even. Sometimes we would see like, is that us? Is that someone else? And then we would get confused. And there's always a lot of challenges within the society as well, because there's a lot of problems out there. I think we cannot face it with half an eye. There's always education problems. There's always societal problems. There's always, government problems, environmental problems. There could be a million problems in the world. And I think one of the challenges is that how can we do our best to help them get to their best? Because I think what I'm very proud of within my teammates at something, which also from our founders as well, is that they have this heart where it always goes out on helping people. If our goal is not to help people, we might as well not do it, because there's already a million things to do and we want to prioritize those. And if that doesn't go out to the goodness of the people, then why would you bother? And I think the challenges is also there, because it's very saddening and it's very disheartening to see a lot of problems everywhere, and we would love just to see how we can do our best in helping those. I think that's what Buisi is doing also most of the time. Buisi is here, spending her precious time talking with us.
Yeah,
Yes,
but,
yes.
but the good thing that something can use is that I saw in their website they use, if you want to be our stockist, please contact us directly, and it's a good thing to show the society that they're one of you. The
Exactly,
stockist is
exactly.
part of you, and then that's how they can promote not only the environmental issue, they also can promote the social issue they're trying to solve. By how? By empowering the society with be part of the something as their stockist and the reseller. I mean, at the same time, there are challenges, but there are opportunity that basically already around the corner or already there for something just for them to see it and boost it up.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, when Bu Isti brought that one up, I actually have a pretty interesting story regarding the stockists. So right now we have around 1,000 stockists around Indonesia, from Sabang to Merauke. We're trying to get to most areas as possible. And if you see the product that I have in my hand right now, it's a sunscreen stick. So it's one of the first sunscreen stick in the market, and we at first didn't launch it to the marketplace because I think it's widely known when girls buy skincare, they buy it at the marketplace, right? It's the easiest thing. You just buy it, put it on your cart, check it out, and boom, that's it, the packet is at your home. But we see that in this corona era, especially since ppkm are reinstated again these past few months, we see a lot of stockists struggling with that as well. That's why we released this product only through the stockists. We didn't put it in the marketplace at all. We didn't put it on the WhatsApp. We haven't put it at that point. We give it only to the stockists so that the stockists can also have something, an edge that it can help them to strive and also gain benefits. Because I remember my founder saying this to me is that we need to help them first. Everyone is struggling, and if we can help them with that, that's the best thing. And since then, I think we launched around a month ish within the stockist, and then we only posted on the marketplace only 1 day only. And then afterwards, even until now, we still haven't launched it to the marketplace because we see that these stockists are the people who have been with us since the first place. And sometimes we would just get stories that are very warm. They would just send us, Ibu mau laporan dong, saya baru beli rumah hari ini dari selama sudah berjuang sama something dari 2 tahun. Or someone would just send us a picture of their new bought car. Ibu, iya abis beli mobil buat ayah dan ibu di kampung. And it would just put tears in our eyes because we we're just happy to be able to have the journey with them.
Can I get the stockist name? I want it. This sunscreen stick. Okay, I want it. I want it. I
It's
bought it in
coming.
the stockist in Depok. Okay, I'll contact her.
Thank you.
Okay.
But really,
Definitely we'll go with that one. Definitely we'll go with that one.
Yeah, it could be a great opportunity too.
All
right. So, wow, thank you for that very, very heartwarming note. I can see that. I mean, you can tell something very much cares about everyone that they really include. Not only the people who develop it, like Cynthia, but also literally everyone from all the stockies to everyone that consumes the products to the people that you guys help, knowing that we're all at a very, very hard time. It's such a great and heartwarming note to end it. And I can tell, even though the question was about challenges, I can tell that you guys have very well, you really faced through all of the different challenges with your excellent brand royalty, going through all of the different regulations, and really just taking it step by step is very respectable instead of wanting to go like, boom, even though the temptation might be there because of, again, what you said about the very low barrier of entry and the cost of entry, right? So we can really see that, well, sustainable, if we were to put it into conclusion, we can see just how useful and how effective sustainable branding and marketing really can be. And I think we all can stand for that, right?
Agreed. And for the future brand makers here, the guys that are watching here today, I believe you guys can also help, make the world a little better place each and every day.
Yes. Maybe we can't take huge steps, but that's not really the key. As we previously said, I believe consistency is the key towards making the future and this world just bit by bit a better place.
Exactly.
All right. So once again, I would like to say thank you very, very much to Cynthia and Bu Isti for taking the time out of their precious day to really show their care and really give away all of this wonderful information towards all of us listening right now. And speaking of us, really, why don't we just head into the Q&A, because I can see from the comment section that there are lots of questions that everyone is asking. So really, to save time, why don't we just dive right into it, shall we? All right. All right, here we go. We have the first question from Adelina. All right, so to control the waste of empty products by your customers, does something have a waste management system that contributes to a more circular waste management system?
All right. Thank you so much, Adelina, for the very awesome and insightful question. To control the waste of the empty products by our customer, we tie that in with a very popular platform that is called Waste for Change. So we work with Waste for Change throughout our few offline places as well. I think it's around 4 or 5 throughout Indonesia, where you can just go and drop your empty skincare, and then we'll give you a replacement even if you reach a certain period. And we also receive deliveries for the empty skincare. And then for the Waste for Change, they have been working to for this circular waste management. They have been looking to reduce waste in the landfill by recycling the items, and then they would help event waste management that you can check out. They will sometimes include a lot of societies that are in help with that can participate in that. And also they would recommend in-store cycling. And that's why a lot of our products are now, right now, the second that we speak, are being processed into entire recycling processes. And I think we would love to see more and more from that, because so far we have collected around 100 kgs of empty packagings, and I believe we can do it more. And one of the ways that we do that is we let the audience know very oftenly about it. You can see about it in our website. You can see about it sometimes in our marketplaces as well, and through the communication channels. Uh, it could be on TikTok, Instagrams, and Twitter, because we know it's the fastest way to get to your audience. And I think within the ways that we do it, Waste for Change have been doing such an amazing job, and they have been such a amazing partner. They are very you could rely on them. You could really appreciate their feedback. They would recommend this and this. And I think for maybe the audiences here as well, if you guys have empty packages in your home, may it be the ceramic or may it be the toners, you can also send it today. You can check out the something website for it.
All right, thank you very much for the answer. And I feel like the most interesting point from that is the way you guys, the way I see it, sort of like have like, I guess what you may call like a coupon system, where like, you're given a certain amount of products back, and then you can get back products. And I feel like that's a really, really smart idea for like waste management system. All right, thank you very much. All right, why don't we just move on to the second question now? I think we already have one over here. There you go. All right, so this one is from Edward, and the question is, what are the biggest environmental sustainability challenges facing as a branding tool for an organization or a company, as it's come from the law or technology or the branding? I think this is very theoretical. Why don't we start with Buisti first?
Okay, thank you. None of it. None of the things that mentioned by Edward are the main challenges. The most challenges is first the market, and then the second one is the policy. It's not the law, but the policy. How the government create incentives for the company that's supporting the sustainability. Because the main challenges is always the market. Market is always looking for cheaper product, and then as we all know that okay, suddenly if we want to use the aqua or water for our water-based product, it need to be more expensive. That's the first one. So the challenges that is faced by the beauty industry, probably Cynthia will I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, or will verify it, that how to educate the customer. The first thing that we all know is about the mercury. Who would have known that for all this time we use mercury? And then suddenly there's a brand, I forgot something, Clinic or Estee Lauder mentioned that, do you know that mercury, blah, 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 blah. It's about campaign. It's about educating the customer. And as far as I know, educating customer is not cheap. There's always a stack money to do it because it's related with the advertising, it's related with the campaign, it's related with the incentive, just like what something did by giving coupon for the empty bottles or empty packaging. And then it will reflect to our costing, our financial condition of the company. And then at the same time, the policy is not really supportive toward the companies that support that promoting the sustainability issues. For example, probably if you are using a certain percent water-based product, you may get a rebate or deduction of the taxes. I don't know. Or for example, you might get free entrance or free advertising in such in certain e-commerce. I don't know. That's about the policy. So the biggest challenges that faced by the company that supporting environmental or social issues in here is about the market, how we educate the market, how they can conscious about the environment and society, and then the policy itself. That's the main thing. So how can we do it? How can the company do it? By constantly and consistently doing it, and then create a really really specific customer relationship management. That's what did by the not did do by the something. For example, using the society as the stockist, and then give back the coupon and so on and so forth. So always start with a campaign that involving society. Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you think, Mbak Cynthia? You're
To-
on that
to-
train right now.
totally verifying what Bu Isti just said, because the market is always going to be a challenge, because what we do here is we serve the market and the audiences, and we want to make sure that what's out there is what's they want and what's best for them. And in these market, there are still audiences where prefer cheap skincares with unknown ingredients, because there are serious harm within toxic chemicals, one of it being talc. It used to be used on powders and blushes and eyeshadows, and talc is very dangerous because it can cause ovarian cancer. There is this one lady, in America, I think she used a product made there. I kind of forgot what brand it's there, but she used it for 35 years and she died because of ovarian cancers. And when you inhale talc, it can cause lung tumors, because it's a powder product. Is easily inhaled. It's easily to get to your lungs and insides of your bodies. And I think Refinery 29, a channel in YouTube, has made an amazing documentary about this, where your favorite makeup products might just contain talc to this days. It was sourced by the kids in India who lives in the middle of a mine every single day. They were just as young as 5, 7. They don't have any other choices. The area is a talc mine, and what they can do to survive and eat is to mine talc. So they inhale it every single day, and there are clear health implications there. And we might be wondering, why haven't it stopped? Because again, the market, there are still market for products like that, and I wouldn't blame anybody at this point, because it's already a chain reaction. It's not something that could be changed by a single person. And there are issues like this that are very scary. And also, the other thing, if you know lead used to be found in lipsticks, eyeliners, foundations, even toothpaste. And lead, it gives you this amazing color, it gives you this amazing pigment. But when exposed to our body, lead can become your body corrodes. It can, just like corrodes your body, and then have tumors, skin tumors, and then like a lot of implications of health. And it's very scary. I think there's this pandemic, I think around back then in 80s, in the Western countries, where the factory have been using lead every single time, and most of the workers passed out, didn't even pass the 30-year-old age gap, and a lot of things happen like that. And it's just disheartening. And why is this hard? Because educating the audience, it's not as easy as putting one IG post. You might think putting one IG post in our Instagram, that's enough. And okay, we might see thousands of people see it, hundreds of people comments it, hundreds of people share it, but that's it. It stops there. There's millions of people here, even in Indonesia alone. And educating is not a matter of doing a thing with a switch of a button. It's a thing that you do every day. You do rigorously, you do vigorously. You make sure that people understand. You make sure it's out there. You do it through fastest way possible, through social media, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, campaigns that you have. How can you as a brand have that social responsibility in making sure that your audience is safe? So it's not only through your products, but you also have to market your products, have to tell to the audience that this is safe for you, this is good for you, this is not only beneficial for you to achieve your goal, but it also are sourced in a good way. So when you use it, you wouldn't need to worry about those little girls and guys in India sourcing talk at this very second, which we are talking about. I think that will be one of the biggest challenges, which is totally verifying what Buisti just said.
Okay. Wow, thank you very much for the answer. That was a different expectation possibly from what Edward had thought. Apologies for that, but I believe that had some very, very excellent insight towards what the challenges really are towards building, any sort of
Exactly.
company.
Exactly, because
Yeah,
it's
that's nice. Sometimes, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, please.
No, it's okay. I was just about to say that those products are still regulating in the market, and us as the audience, even me, I'm also a skincare product. I use also other brands, and now with the easiness of internet, one Google searches is all that you need. I think that's the silver lining here that we can have.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's the beauty of it. Sometimes we think that, okay, is it the law? Is it the technology? Is it the
Exactly.
brand? But then when you doing it, you will get another perspective. You will get totally different perspective. And in Indonesia, our big homework is educating the market. Going back again to the social foundation, because we have to remember that in donut economic, there are two boundaries, right? Ecological ceiling, which people most likely been how do you say, been exposed to lately. But what they don't aware that in Indonesia we still have what we call as a social foundation challenges, which something already promoting and do something about it by creating the movement, by creating their marketing strategy, for example, for the stockists, and then with the strategy that some of the products might not been sold in e-commerce, can only been reached through the stockists and stuff. So that's the main idea that we need to know, because in the real life, it might be different from what we learn in the classroom. That's my perspective.
All
Totally
right.
agree.
Nice, nice. Yes. So I guess we can conclude that the biggest challenge is still education, but through the ease of, for example, things such as internets and social media, even though the budget might be big, it's still much more capable than maybe previous occasions. Like for example, something that I got reminded of is back in the days when people used asbestos to build
Oh yeah.
buildings, and we found out that asbestos actually causes cancer. This is maybe a very, very similar situation, but now with the internet, I believe it is much, much easier for us to really educate people, right?
Exactly. Totally agree with that. I think
All
it's
right.
also something that is faced by a lot of brands nowadays, and a lot of not only by the cosmetic brands, but also by the packaging brand, by the by the production company, and a lot of them are starting to really get into the ball of this.
Mhm. All right. Great. Hey, we see that there's still a few more questions. Why don't we move on to the next question? All right. So we have one from Ardi. I want to ask to Mr. I think he means Miss Cynthia. How you make sure that your plastic product waste is recycled? Because as we know, that a lot of people have low awareness to dispose of the waste in its, suggested place.
All right. So thank you, RD, for the question. I think this is pretty similar to the question that has been asked earlier. With the work that we do through Waste for Change, is that we keep thinking, where did all of your empty skincare goes? Because we would like to help that. Not only bring something products, but you can bring any brand that you have that you are using right now. So you might be a user of Clinique, you might be a user of L'Oreal. If you want to bring it and if you want to recycle and do better for the world with us, we are very, very honored to be able to do that. And right now, the way how we ensure that those product waste are recycled is that not only we personally oversee the project, so we don't use like a third party to please coordinate this with Waste for Change. I'll just give you the item each month. Please take care of it. No, it's a process that are entirely oversaw through the something team. Even I was also a part of that as well, especially for the Lindungi Hutan. We're gonna at another trees, and we're gonna personally go there and see the planting of it, because the world now is a bit scary. They can say one thing and they could not do it. So we want to make sure that it is using for good use. And to be able to do that, I think we are now located in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, around 7 to 8 offline store around Indonesia that you can just come and drop your skincare. We wouldn't ask you any questions. And when you have dropped a few of the skincare, I think it's just around 5 bottles, and you'll get voucher for your purchase at something. So I think with those support, it can also gain the trust from the audience. It can also give a push for them, so they have a reason to give, not only for a social implication, but they can also have something that is useful for themselves. And I think this is how we try to convince how to bring your product waste to us will help you.
Okay. I feel like that's a very, very direct answer to what Agni asked, and I hope that that answers your question. We have another question next up, and it's a rather interesting question. From this one is from Talia. So sustainable products are often more expensive than products that are not sustainable. So how can we convince people to spend this extra money for products that are more sustainable? And for
That's
this question, let's
interesting.
start. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I would love to know how Buisti sees this, because I believe she have a lot of techniques in her sleeve, just waiting to be released.
I was like, when I see these questions, I was like, let something answer it, because what you need to, how can we convince people to buy expensive product? Uh, you need to drill them with the same information over and over again, over and over again, but it doesn't need to be monotonic. So that's the clue. The same information, not monotonic or vary way to say it. So that's what something trying to say. And other than that, I might see, if you take a look something Instagram, you might see that now they are focusing on the environmental. My suggestion would be, keep the social for later. If you already have so many competitors, and then you can put your content about your social. This is what we've been done for the society. This is the result, blah, 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 blah. So you way ahead from your competitor. So what I'm trying to say, the keyword is, if you want to push someone or you want to convince someone to buy things that more expensive, or they have to put more resources to do something, you have to put the same message over and over again um, with different approach. Probably that Cynthia will say it in technical what something has done so far.
Yeah, it's just exactly correct. I think Wisty has put my thoughts into words perfectly clear. And I think what's also good for us to know, not only as a marketer but from a brand standpoint, which I think this is very insightful also for you guys. Not only you can use it not only for selling things but also how to bring yourself upward. And I think one of the most important is to be audience centric, to make sure if people want to buy, what is their trigger, what pushes them, what is their breaking point, what is their linchpin to get this thing out. Figuring that is I think the most crucial thing to do as a brand, not only from local but international. Because if when we know what is the push for you as an audience, because here at something we know that people want to have that glow skin, people want to have that option that is highly clinically proven, and also like I forgot the word, but affordable, right? But also affordable, and you don't have to break the bank for it. You don't have to, because when we see the market, there's a lot of people with different SES groups, and I think you guys are already head over heels about this SES thing. You guys already know the one that comes from A, from B to C, from D, and how can we cater to all of the market, and how can we tell each of it which one are they gonna like best? Because I could tell that this low pH gentle jelly cleansers are for the individuals that are looking for a cleanser that doesn't break that skin, but also easy and quick to use. That's it. So if we found out what is the key point of that product, you make it into a marketing campaign. You make it into the key messages. You make it into the thing that you repeat over and over again. It's everywhere. That's why we put the name is low pH gentle jelly. I think it gives you already most of the thing you need to know about the cleanser. Is it gentle? Yes. How is the texture? It's jelly. And how can it break your face? No, don't worry, because it's low pH. Because it goes into a lot of thinking like that. You can have it in your packaging, your marketing, your messaging, because messaging is the very core thing. Like this game changer tripeptide eye concentrate gel. For starters, you can see that this have this ceramic tube, and if we would like to analyze this, why is this interesting? Because it's a game changer. Why is it a game changer? Because it has the tripeptide. And how you can use it? It's for your eye concentrate gel. That's it. That's the key messaging, and I think you can find it everywhere, not only within the skincare products, cosmetic products. Let it be hair care, body care, outfits. Forever 21. I think it's in their name to tell you that you're gonna look forever 21, forever young, forever back in the summer of 21. Or maybe you can hear about with Nike, just do it. It's as simple as that. I think what makes Nike's brand messaging is important. I think it has been also analyzed by a lot of people out there is also because just do it. You don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna help you go there. Whatever you want to be, just do it, because Nike is here for you. And that's where I think it's a pretty general message, but that's where when you're a good marketer, when you're a good a branding person, it's gonna be for you to tell what the message is and how to bring it forward. I think that's the very core of it.
All right. That does really bring it to the core of it. Thank you very much for the answers. Oh, wow. We have a few more very interesting questions too. We have one for Arini. This one is interesting. Just like another sector, skincare business have to follow trends. If a trend is over, have you got an idea about the previous products which have not been sold or expired? All right.
All
I
right.
think for yes, I think for starters we should hear from Cynthia.
Sorry, I think I was just lagging a bit. All right, if a trend is over, have you got an idea about the previous product which have not been sold and expired? This is very interesting because trend nowadays, it doesn't even last a month. Trend nowadays, up to 1 week, I guess. After that 1 week, it's gone. It's up to thin air. It's up to, going somewhere where we don't even know how about it. I think that's the beauty and the scary part of social media as well. Not only you can bring something up to a quick bar, but also it can loses its value quick. And I'm just curious, what Bu still thinks about this?
For my perspective, from usually if I understand that something is 3 years old, and then I hope there will be still something in the next 90 years. Okay, so what I've been noticing from this industry of beauty, something will have one or two their flagship product. For example, the big brand, let's say SK2, they have this FDE that even though the other product has been renewed or discontinued, renewed and then discontinued and then producing again, they still have this one or two product. And then this is the really good time for something to gain the perspective of the market. Which one is be the most favorite items? So I think in beauty product in the beauty industry, you don't have to be afraid that your product will discontinued easily. As long as the market wants it, usually some of the line of the product still will be produced. Usually they just change the packaging. The example is the Body Shop white mask. It's like 20 something years. They still producing it. What they change is the packaging. They improving the ingredient without losing the core of that ingredient. So I think something wants to do it as well. I believe that they will hear the voice of the customer. That's why we need you as the customer to give them feedback frequently. That's from the perspective of the theory of the beauty industry. Yeah, there's no such thing as discontinue favorite product. What about the
Exactly.
perspective?
Totally. I think one of the most everlasting brands, I think Maybelline and a lot of brands other there, they have this one specific lipstick or one specific eyeshadow that just keeps relaunch every single year. And I think it's a matter of how do we put it out in the market, because when we release a quality products, it's gonna be there, whether you're a user or not. But when you see the bottles with the white pipettes like this and then the labels like this, I think you're gonna remember something, the form of something. May the bottle be green, may the bottle be orange, or may the bottle be white. I think it's how can we make a product everlasting while still keeping in touch with the recent season. I think one of the most interesting things to do with that is within marketing touchpoints. We can say that this moisturizer is one of our most loved by the customer moisturizer product. And how can we make it, in trend or within what's going on recently? Is that we put this in within those marketing realms. So say that now is trending is nevertheless the drama show. I myself is didn't watch that, but I know millions of people out there love that thing. Millions of people are talking about it right now in Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, and they could just say, the female character is so this, the male character is so that, and they will just talk about it. So when we see there's opportunity there, we try to tap in to make sure, okay, let's remind them about the ceramic again. Let's make a content about nevertheless. Let's put it out there and let's, keep them up and up and up again. Because one of our everlasting product is the niacinamide, the one with the serum like this, with the white innings. And unfortunately, I didn't have it with me today. But that niacinamide, even without further marketing, has been able to stand by itself, being the everlastingness of something. Because sometimes when I ask, okay, what is the one something product you remember? It's the niacinamide serum. And I think being able to do that, we have to really play with the contents and the marketings, which I think you can see through our TikToks, Twitter, and Instagrams as well.
Okay, thank you very much for the answer. I think it pretty clearly answers. So at least the way I see it, the way that something would hop in a trend, they wouldn't hop in necessarily with a new product that because of how fast trends die out, but rather they would tap in, as you would say, right, with their existing
Exactly.
product, reminding people, hey, remember this product? Hey, remember this trend? And then have it like connect.
Marry
So I
it
think that's a
together.
really Yes. So I think that's a really smart way of advertising a product where it actually lasts for a long time rather than solely following a trend. Because I feel like for a lot of different industries, especially the food and beverage industries and this boom in like TikTok trends, there's so
Exactly.
many ones that like come and go literally every single day or every single week.
Exactly.
And I
Exactly.
think it's a very smart move that something goes with where they would hop into trend with the previous product that is already good for them. So no matter what, they don't need a contingency plan for it to die in case it dies out, because there's still a customer base for it, right?
Totally agree. Exactly the way. Thank you, Dafa.
All right.
Okay. Mbak
So
Cynthia, if it's make you okay, I already ordered for the stick sunscreen.
No
You show me.
way! Why?
Yes.
Why would you do that? I would love to
Yeah,
send
because
it to
no,
you.
I love it. I love it. I mean, like, okay, sunscreen, stick. Okay, no, no, there's no way I will get my hands sticky again. Okay, I love it.
Yeah,
From
because
the person that got this from the
yeah,
Depot. I think it's
it's
your
an.
yeah,
stockist.
Oh, thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Well,
I
come
feel
on,
like
just let us
the
send it to
sun stick,
you.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
the
it's
sun
only
stick
100
would
ribu
be
something low. It's not. I was like, oh my god, that cheap. So we're talking about cheap. It's based on the benefit you get. So for me, 100 ribu sesuatu like 100
Exactly.
berapa puluh ribu, it's quite cheap compared with the benefit that I get. So this
Exactly.
is not a promotion. I bought it immediately. So that's for your information only.
My heart is very touched. I just can't wait when you put this on, and that's it. No fuss. Do please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see that.
Definitely will.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
all right. So on that note, unfortunately, we do have to close off the Q&A session here because of our time constraints, unfortunately. And again, thank you very much for answering these questions very wonderfully. And I hope for you guys, the audience, these answers have been and will be helpful for your guys' endeavors too. And next up, I would also like to invite the speakers, Kak Cynthia and Bu Isti, for a photo session right now with the e-certificates that we would like to give you guys. So I think we will start with one by one. So I think first of all, we have the e-certificate for Kak Cynthia over here. There you go. All right. So, all right. Yes. So operator is going to take a photo for us. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, cheese. All right. And one more time, cheese. All right. Sweet. Thank you very much. And now don't go anywhere yet because after this we will have a photo all together. But right now, let's put Buisti on the stage too for the photo session. All right. So she's here, but I can't really see her face. So there might be some issue with the camera at the moment. But okay, let's just take a photo first of all. 1, 2, 3, cheese. All right, and one more
Thank
time.
you.
All right, sweet.
Thank you,
So
Cube.
yes, thank you to you too, Buisti. And now let's also have Kak Cynthia on the stage in order for us to have a photo all together too. All right. So 1, 2, 3, cheese. And one more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. thank you very much for attending our webinar today. We really, really do appreciate the time that you've taken out of your day in order to provide us with this wonderful opportunity and all of the excellent insights that we had learned today. If you'd like to have any closing words, you are very much welcome, Kak Cynthia and Luis.
All right. So thank you very much, Dafa. Thank you very much, Bu Isti. It has been my deepest honor to be in stage with you guys. It has been such a fun talk and such an amazing one. I couldn't wait for another events. Prasmul guys, if you guys would love to have me on another opportunity, I would love to come again. This has been very pleasant, and thank you so much for the audiences for the very amazing questions. I mean, who would have thought of that? And it's really my pleasure to be able to talk with you guys today. Just sharing a bit of what the brand is right now, and I do hope that we can talk further. Feel free to reach me out. I am available on Instagram within my name, Cynthia Delphi. I think it's on the screen right there. You can just find me out. And if you guys would love to talk about anything, I am reachable through my DMs. And I think I saw somewhere that said that she wanna be a stockist or something. You can go to something page as well. And it's really my honor to represent something today. I hope you guys can have a fun and loving experience with the brand, and I hope we have helped you guys to achieve, that glow, that amazing skin that you guys are looking for. And I really hope to see you guys next time. And thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. And do we have any from Wisty maybe? I believe you're muted.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you
No
so
worries, no
much,
worries, no worries.
Mbak Cynthia. Thank you so much, Mbak Cynthia, for being here today. And it's always been a pleasure to be in Best Association or Cube event for me personally, because this is the time where I can give the message that every theory in business or economics can be applied, and then it can help you in doing your business. At least you know the guidance. This is just like your beacon of light when you're doing something. So I always give this analogy that theory is just like you seeing a model walking through catwalk. At the end of the day, you buy, or you're doing business, you buy the same product or you buy the same dress for you, and then suddenly your hips is bigger, your arms is bigger, and then you can do something for it. You can, how do you say it, you can modify it based on your needs, but at least you know the perfect, or how it should be looking in the catwalk used by the model. That's how we see the perspective of theory and how you applied it in your business. That's my perspective, Dafa. Good luck for the cube this year.
All right. Thank you for the inspiring and really wonderful words from Wisti and Kak Cynthia. We really hope again that we will see you guys soon, whether in Cube or really in any other Prastya Mulia endeavors, because we really, really appreciate this opportunity that you guys shared with us. So once again, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Dafa,
Thank you so
and
much.
everyone. Thank you,
And
Mbak
everyone.
Cynthia, Dafa.
Terima
Sehat-sehat semua.
kasih. Stay healthy,
Yeah.
stay safe, and we'll see you guys in the next opportunity.
Yes,
Also,
for
I
sure,
saw
for sure.
Faras from Untar as well. Hi, glad to see fellow Untarian. Ini kita jangan ke kampus orang nih, kita jauh-jauh dulu Untarian.
well, for us, you know where to reach Kak Cynthia.
Exactly. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, you guys.
I will definitely tag you when I use that sunscreen. Okay, Mbak Cynthia.
Really looking forward for that.
Okay, sip.
All right. So I guess I will see you guys later. All right. Thank you, guys. All right. For the audience, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere yet, because for everyone here right now, don't forget, first of all, I would like to make an announcement for the next webinar, orbit number 5. So it will take place right here this Saturday on the 20th of August 2021, starting from 8:30 a.m. So as can be seen on your screen right now, the topic for our next webinar will be all about the effects of the sustainable beauty industry on the Indonesian economy. And again, as usual, it will be live streamed right here on Best Association's YouTube channel. So take note, subscribe, and don't miss it. And next up, because I've seen that a couple of you guys have asked for it, before we let you guys go for today, please do fill in this feedback link that should be up right here on the screen, either by typing this URL, this bit.ly URL, or by scanning the QR code. And it should also be right there on the chat box too. So anyways, it will bring you to your free e-certificate for the day. So go right ahead and claim it now. Oh, and also one more thing, please do take note that this link will only be open for the next 30 minutes. So go for it as soon as possible, right? Okay, and anyways, while you guys are doing that, why don't we just announce the little Lingotalk giveaway winner? So congratulations to everyone on the screen here, Adelina, RD, Edward, Elaine, Retno, and Arini. Thank you very much for participating. Thank you very much for attending. And you can claim your vouchers by going and simply contacting Cube's Instagram at cube.prasmo within the next 24 hours. Again, that's cube.prasmo within the next 24 hours. So thank you very much to Lingotalk for sponsoring today's giveaway. And once again, thank you to all of our media partners for making this event possible. Thank you to Motao Event, B-Voice Radio, and Students X CEO Bandung. And so pretty much that will conclude today's webinar. It is a fairly quick one, but I feel like it is a very insightful one. And again, I would like to show my appreciation to everyone here, to all of the audiences, participants, and the speakers. A very big thank you from us, from me, and from the CUBE Association for your participation. And we will very much see you next time. Don't forget that there will be another one right on this Saturday on August 28th, 2021, right on 8:30 a.m. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for attending, and I will see you guys later.